lavender, lavender, lavender. I love
Where
your
the
hair.
hell are you?
I love the hair, man. Man, you know, and you're going like, oh, it's got the shirt. I love just
What?
you
You
know,
like my shirt? Check it
yeah,
out.
it's pretty cool, man.
Look at
I
this. I wanted to share this with people because yes, you too can have a Michael Shapiro Hawaiian shirt for $89.95. What a fucking bargain! Get
89,
one now. Yeah, it's
89.95.
bargain, man.
That's
Look
pretty
at that.
spendy, man.
Look at that dude on there. Look at how sunny and happy you are in that. What do you think of this? I was going for a Bruce Valanche look today. You know who Bruce Valanche is?
I don't think so.
You don't? He's a comedian. So what I did, because I didn't think you knew
Oh,
him, I
you
was
look
going to do a
like
split
him.
screen.
100%.
Does
Wow.
that look like me or what? Do we not look the same? We could be fucking brothers, man.
That's freaking crazy, man. You know, and then of course you can do a Cindy Brady thing too. I saw that crazy show you did with Vin.
I took the pigtails out, so but then again, right there it is, right?
There it
This is
is. Yeah.
the same.
Wow, you have so many talents, Kevin.
Well,
Wow,
thanks, Michael. So do
man.
you. You
Oh,
really do too.
dude.
You listen. Last week you showed us how sweaty you could get in that hot box room you were in.
That was
That's
brutal, man.
the fucking talent, dude.
It's good to be back at home in the studio. You know, this is like comfortable. I got the dogs here, and I was running from the stage doing a sound check and up in that crazy office. And then I pulled a Spinal Tap moment when I left there. I was in a hurry, so when Chris Racine walked me back, I wasn't paying attention to all these hallways. I shit you not, when I went to run out, I was really struggling. Barbara Brighton, no, I'm not nuts. It's Kevin. But I really had a Spinal Tap moment. Like I did not know where I was going and how to get out of there, and I had to try several doors. And so, Danny still in town, or did he fly home?
He went back. He lives in a different state.
I realized that. That's why I said, did he go back home?
Yeah, he went back
killed
on
it.
Wednesday.
The first show I've heard him in a long time, and he's such a great singer. He unfortunately with great singers like your wife and Danny, you don't shine, bro. Now I think if you wore that shirt, I think you'd get.
I have to rely on wigs to make myself stand out.
So,
but
yeah,
it is.
yeah.
That's
I got dancers and horn sections. I did all kinds of shit to make up for my inadequacies as a singer.
You should sell these at Reckless in Vegas shows. I think you'd have a gold mine.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you,
look at that shit. Look at you.
I love it. Why don't you print? Can you print? Can you get one? Did you do one with you on it too, or just me?
Why would I want to hurt my own feelings?
Well, because then I could wear the shirt. Where did you get the shirt from?
On the internet.
On the internet.
Yeah, I searched Michael Shapiro shirts and it just came up.
Actually,
I searched. I said, you know what? I wish you would have dressed the way you did when you first sat down. You were wearing some not much, right? You were just.
I was naked. Yeah.
You were sitting there in your ball sack, and yeah, I searched naked ball sack pissed off Jews, and this came up, a picture of you.
Well, so I was doing a project for the wifey. It was on my honey-do list, and so we got those vertical. We have vertical blinds in the bedroom, and then I got the horizontal blinds, the electric ones that come down. And Melvin, who just blows through the blinds and wakes everybody up in the morning, it was kind of for that. So he kept doing it. So I made frames, and of course, when you go to Home Depot, the phenomenon with Home Depot is you got to go 2-3 times anytime you do a project. You can't go get everything.
100% true.
Am I right? Do you do that too? Same thing.
It's always it's at least 2 trips, but most importantly, it's 3.
I'm proud to say I got it in 2 today, and I had a skill saw out, and I'm drilling, and I'm cutting, and and the thing is, it's interesting. I got 3 of these blinds from the same company, and they weren't cheap comparatively to what the other option is, but the one in the middle, it's the bottom of it is a different material than the other 2, and I got this idea to put magnets down on this trim down on the bottom, so when it drops all the way down, it goes, the magnet sucks it down, and it worked perfectly on the other 2, but this is the one in the middle is not magnetic, so or not metal. So I'm pissed about that. Gold plated problem, of course, champagne problem, whatever, but still frustrating. And so I took razor blades and I crazy glued them to the bottom of this plastic. Oh, Melvin's singing. I don't know if you can hear that. And so I created some sheet metal at the bottom of it, which now the magnets. How about now?
I said I could hear it earlier. What do you got to say it again for?
He's killer, dude.
That's awesome.
Bob Golden. Hold on. It's a momentary. Just Shappy's gonna go. Shappy's going to two-part harmony. Two-part harmony. There it is. Yeah.
Look at that, man. We have new co-hosts.
Co-host. I think I'm gonna put him in the band. You know, I got to do is pay him in food. You know.
That's
So
great.
so you did your opening weekend then for the Docksiders at the Venetian in 1923, and then you took a little bit of a break and did the Saturday, and then you did Utah, or no, you went to Utah, played Utah, then came back and played Saturday, and now this weekend you're off to Grand Rapids.
We're playing in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and then we'll be back in Las Vegas at the end of the month for 2 more shows. And then we have a big 4th of July celebration at the Venetian that we're looking forward to doing. And then we're off to the East Coast and into the central United States for our annual shindig, is what we call it. That's when we go out and take the show on the road.
Do I need to remind you that you are in your mid-50s, and it's really kind of, I don't know the scheduling with all that, but I got this feeling like you're flying, which is not your favorite thing to do. You're humping gear to the airport, which is always a real breeze.
Hate it.
Brutal, man, brutal. And then
this cut reminds me of Captain Kangaroo. Do you remember that Captain Kangaroo character?
yeah, he was great. I love that guy.
Great. And you know, horrible plantar fasciitis that guy had. He muscled through all that pain on his feet. But that cut reminds me of the Captain Kangaroo.
Have you checked into your let's go to a little health situation. Have you gotten your blood work done recently?
I have not. Nope, I have not had my blood work done.
So I
have to get it done. But before we go there, we want to thank our sponsor, Snapple, the best tea on the planet. This is my Snapple Peach.
You know, you're an asshole.
Why am I an asshole?
Because this is actually a sponsor who's given us free product. You bought that Snapple, and Generosity donates 10 cents for every bottle sold. July 8th, they will be in Las Vegas in all the terrible herps. And they do stuff like 10 cents for breast cancer. I mean, this is an amazing company that I know that I drag my feet on getting you your product, but you got your product. You can't play that bullshit anymore. You need to get real with it. And I don't want to see Snapple on this show again. Otherwise, I'm going to quit. That's true, but so what? Yeah.
Why do we got to go there?
Well, because, man,
you know what? Hold on, time out. You're in a mood today. I talked to you earlier, and you had this little edgy. Hold on. You had this little edgy. Yes, okay. It's my turn to be aggressive. You had this little edge about you today earlier, and I said, you know what? I'm going to save this for the podcast. What's crawled up you today? What's going on?
It's just I'm excited about. I love performing. I love doing what we do, but it's a grind, and I'm dealing with contracts. I'm dealing with investment stuff going on. I've just had, it's one of those weeks, and it's been a bit of a challenge. But honestly, I didn't have a mood this morning with you, but I did get the project was fun for me. I got all that done, and it worked primarily. But I think what it is it's you. It's that fucking wig, dude.
What's wrong with my fucking wig?
Yeah, Jonathan Martin. Yo, Jonathan.
What's wrong with the wig? Seriously, why are you hating on the fact that I'm bald and I like to spice up my look now and then, right? I like to bring it. You didn't bring in it today.
I was deflecting from the real truth, and then I'm sorry that I'm acting out and I'm working on it. I am.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My brother Antonio, Tony Luna. What's up? Man of many big words. Yo.
Yeah. Yo, man. Someone needs.
I think your buddy's on something. Jonathan's saying someone needs a vacation.
August 5th, possibly. I'm working on something to just go take a little bit of a break.
Where are you going?
I'm not telling anybody. We're going to just disappear.
Wow, that's nice.
We may disappear in this house. I don't know.
I love it. So we got a guest today, dude.
We do, yeah. Yeah, you picked this guy. You know, I don't know this fucking guy from Adam. I got a chance to talk to him a little bit. I like him. I like him right out of the right. That's the second time you've done this. You brought in somebody that you met from on the road or in a professional capacity, and I'm like, I liked him. What was the cat that I really liked that the last guy? What was his name? Not the music video director, but
Stewie Watkins. Stu Watkins.
Yeah, Stewie. Yeah,
Bro, and just like Stu, Ben is my brother. This guy is the salt of the earth. I met him on the road. We were thrown into the fire together, and we drove through a torrential downpour and a tornado. And let me tell you something. This cat's from San Diego, and he looked at me all kind of puppy-eyed at one point. He's like, I don't really drive in weather like this. Would you mind driving the 17 and a half hours to the next stop? I was like, I got you, buddy.
And you drove through the torrential downpour and the
I drove all the way through that shit, and Ben got to sleep and eat his freaking what is it called, the peanut nut bar? I don't even remember what he was eating.
Payday?
I'm making it up in the thing,
well,
but
I'm just impressed that he's from San Diego, or was at the time, and was like could take a nap during that kind of weather, which is very, very cool. So I'll be at Summerfest with Kane Brown on Thursday.
Hey, you know what? I'll be in Milwaukee on Thursday. I just might roll through Summerfest to see some of my friends. That's a good plan. I know that on Monday I'm going to see the Milwaukee Brewers play the Texas Rangers.
Oh, you're going to a basketball game? That's
some
cool.
Hometown football. Yeah.
It's flag football.
I think it's time we bring Benny in.
Yeah, let's do that.
You know, before we bring Ben in, I think it's worthy of noting, what some of Ben's accomplishments are. Since I added you to the Google Doc, would you like to bring Ben from that perspective? You want to read it, or do you want me to read it?
Ben's journey began in music. No, you go ahead. I did find it fascinating that he started as a musician and then got into production. I find that very fascinating. You can bring it in. Are you going to read off the bio, or are you going to talk about your personal experience with them?
Ben's journey in music began as a singer-songwriter in the coffee shops of San Diego, California.
I like coffee.
We all know that San Diego means whale's vagina, right? We all
whale's vagina.
He quickly discovered the wealth of opportunities and joy of working in a crew member capacity. What started out as helping local artists hump gear at load-in soon progressed to learning how to run sound and produce shows. This led to his first offer to go on tour as a tour manager for longtime friend and artist Bushwalla in 2014. Since then, Ben has tour managed for artists such as Tolan Shaw, great guy, Alex and Sierra, and most recently the Bodines in 2021. Additionally, Ben has been with Jason Mraz as a backline technician since 2018, taking over Jason's dedicated guitar technician duties in October of 2022. When not touring, Ben mixes front of house sound at a San Diego area church, and he finds the delight present on audience members' faces the most rewarding aspect of his work. Additionally, he's an avid high fiver and unabashed humorist. Something that you did not know also about my friend Ben is that he is a badass dancer. Before we bring him in, check this out.
High on a hill was a lonely goat herd, lay, hee-hoo. Loud was the voice of a lonely goat herd, lay, loo. Single ladies, now put your hands up. Up and up, up and up, up and up, up and up, 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 up.
Ladies and gentlemen, badass dancer, Mr. Ben Varela.
Wow.
What's up? I'm disappointed that you didn't let the last video run longer because it shows how good my booty cheeks are in that green.
Show us now.
Green number I was wearing.
No, show us now. Get up, shake that shit. Come on now. Come on.
I might freak the dog out if I did it then. And
I was actually a little worried the cocktail wiener was going to slide out of those bright green shorts of yours. That's why I got stopped.
No, I had it nice and tucked with tape.
That was boring, right?
Gaff tape is a multifaceted piece of equipment.
It's certainly
high fiver. What's avid high fiver? What's that? What is that?
It was supposed to be I'm an avid high fibber, meaning I lie a lot. So none of the stuff on my bio is true.
So really, is high fiver something I should know?
No, it's okay that you don't. You don't.
I know. I want to educate myself and educate the audience, and also show humility that I'm a terror. I don't have a vocabulary for shit. So
yeah.
What does that mean?
So it's the this action, right? It's the this action. And to be a really avid one, you look at the elbow of the person you're high fivering, and you get it.
High five? Is
And
this
you can do it with
are you
can
fucking
do it
with me, or is this true?
You can do it with your legs, and then it's high scissoring.
Is that really what that means?
This
Kevin.
fucking tea is great, man. Oh my God. You had a Snapple peach tea?
Just shove it up your ass. Shove it up your ass. Man, listen, I don't know if you saw Kevin's post, but he's looking at, you started out, this could be full circle for you, Ben.
Do it.
You started out helping artists hump gear, and then you obviously evolved and went further along with that. But how would you like to come back the other way and come to Las Vegas? And he's got this residency, and man, he just can't move the gear anymore. What do you think about coming back for that?
We've had conversations about what that might be like, and I think he made an extra spot in an extra room in his mansion there in Vegas, for me, my wife, and my dog to come in, so that I can be there for him every day and kiss him on his cheek as he goes out on stage. That's the extra service that you get with me as a member of your team.
That's the evolution. That's why you figured that
Ben knows how to do it. When I met Ben, like I told you, very gracious guy. He said, Kevin, I don't want to put our lives in jeopardy driving in this horrendous weather. I would appreciate it if it was okay with you that you drove. And I said, I got you.
Yeah. Listen, he also made sure that I told our friend Dan O'Brien that he drove because he wasn't going to believe me that Kevin drove.
You took a picture. You had a picture of a photograph of him driving.
Video evidence. Yeah, he drove with the wig on too. I didn't really understand that, but yeah.
How did you take the wig off? Where'd the wig go? I think Ben would have liked the wig.
His tea is
Your head merkin was delicious. I want you to keep that on.
So Bodine's, huh?
Yeah, been with that's where Kevin and I met. Kevin was with us, filling in for a couple of dates.
Killer band.
Great band, great group of people. I did a small run for them in 2019, and then scheduling conflicts came in and took a step away, and then I came back into the organization in 2021, and I've been with them since. And then anytime that I have scheduling conflicts, we fill somebody in, and then I come back into the fold. So
are they all original guys?
No, the original front man is there.
Oh, so but the other guys are old.
But the other guys, yeah, the guys that are in there right now have been around in the band since 2021. So it's a great tight band that really, they have their stuff dialed really great, and it makes it fun. Makes it fun every night to see a good band. You don't have to sit through trash. When you're out there watching it.
A very good friend of mine that I grew up with, man, Bodine's, and we were in high school. Bodine's. I'm like, who are these guys? And he turned me on to them, and I've become a fan for sure. Excellent, good for you, man.
Yeah, it's a fun place to be part of.
It was cool growing up in Milwaukee. They're from a little town called Waukesha, just west of Milwaukee. And they were in 1984, 85. I went to our first Wisconsin area music industry award show. And they played, and I sat next to one of the guys' fathers in the audience. And they were the Violent Femmes had come from Milwaukee, and they had brought a lot of notoriety, and then the Bodines were signed right after those guys. And I was a fan of both bands, but there was something about Bodines that really kind of made me a very proud hometown local music scene band that made it from Wisconsin, and a really cool. And that first album that they made with T-Bone Burnett, Love, Hope, Sex, and Dreams, is still, obviously I was in my formative years of being a writer and an artist myself, but man, that record is ingrained in my DNA.
Are they good people? Good guys?
They are good people, yeah. And that was one of the things that was really cool about it is, I came into the organization not really knowing anybody. Another gentleman I had tour managed for, a guy named Tolan Shaw, I tour managed for him as he opened for Bodines, and then he ended up coming into the band as a member of the band, playing acoustic guitar and backing vocals. And so I didn't really know their music until I came into the organization, and then quickly fell in love with it as well. And Love and Hope and Sex and Dreams might even predate my birth.
It did.
So it wasn't, part of my formative years, but it is something that it's straightforward. It's not complicated. It's just good, solid rock and roll songwriting.
Yeah.
And
it's great,
and-
and like Kurt, Kurt
Yeah.
Newman, the principal, if he were on, talking about writing, he would say that, he, as a writer, developed trying to write really catchy, easy, strong songs, like, and you hear it in his writing, and their music is just, it works on so many levels. But I love when you hear a writer talk about, dithering it down to the simplest way possible of saying something, or
Right.
the simplest way possible of forming a melody. It makes it really, really cool.
Tom
I
Petty,
also-
baby. Tom Petty, man, all day long.
I also think it's a more challenging thing to do as a songwriter as well, to do that and to do it well. I got into music because I fell in love with Dave Matthews Band, and that is the antithesis of simple,
Mhm.
straightforward songwriting.
Hello.
And so as a songwriter, hey, Snapple is delicious.
How many fucking pricks, both of you?
Snapple is not crapple. So I when I started out, writing music myself, I had that Dave Matthews Band influence, and I still hear it even when I just play today. And so for me, writing something that's just more straightforward and classic and solid is so much harder to do, because you get in your head of, I need to have more chords here, or I need to be more verbose. I need to be more, hidden in my meaning. And so I think to write a straightforward, simple rock song and do it well is a talent that is challenging to harness.
I had a producer tell me early on, you start out, playing Yankee Doodle and you strive to learn Mozart. And the hard part is to get back to Yankee Doodle. And it was pointed out to me by a woman that I used to date that she would write her songs on the bass, because it left so much room for melody. Whereas when you start to add in more notes, you don't maybe hear where that can go as much. You get more locked in. And so that's a testament to keeping it simple and just waiting for that amazing melody to kind of come out of it. So you're still playing?
I still play on occasion. Yeah. Putting on, or working for so many shows now, it's the hustle of, let me worry about butts and seats is such a endeavor that I'm like, I don't really want to take that on.
Yeah.
But I will do it quite a bit still. If there's like an event that is put together, somebody's doing something here and it's like, hey, why don't you play, 30 minutes or whatever, then I'll come out and I'll jump on the guitar and I'll play. And I write still quite a bit, really regularly. I'm still at least writing a lot. I'm just not performing out and about quite as often as I was when I was a hustler back in the early aughts.
When it comes to production, do you prefer, you've been a tech, you've been your tour manager has a lot on your plate, that stress and the anxiety of that, the ability to multitask and keep your cool, compared to being a guitar tech? I mean, what do you prefer? Do you get off on that crazy?
So there's a couple of different things and it sounds like I'm hedging my bets, and I'm not. What I love about them is that they're so different. And so I love
a commitment, man. Come on, don't be a pussy.
I'm a man. What can I say? I'm gonna do what works for me here and then over there. So I love the tour manager aspect because I love that the logistics of it, of putting the puzzle pieces together, making things happen that people didn't even realize I made happen, is awesome. And that has led to great opportunities in that way. I last year was hired by Eric Clapton's team to handle all of the travel logistics for Clapton's Crossroads Guitar Festival in Los Angeles. So all flights, ground transportation, hotel accommodations filtered through me for all the artists playing that festival.
Hold on 1 second. I'm a recovering tour manager. I did it for a long time before I got into the management of artists. And it takes a very special kind of thinker to be a successful tour manager. There's a lot of people that can do the job. But Ben, when I met him, there was something, and I'm not saying this because I would be saying this without him on the conversation too, but there was something very special about the attention to detail that Ben pays to the stuff. There's a lot of tour managers that aren't production guys either, right? Like there's production managers that typically handle the equipment side of everything that goes on relating to the production. And then there's tour managers that deal with all the other aspects of moving a party from hotels to airports to sound checks to dinners to meet and greets to post parties and all the other, myriad of things that can happen in between. But Ben has got that unique sort of skill set that can talk production, and he can also talk the tour management side of things. And also what I thought was really great about you, Benny, is that like I read in his bio where he humps gear, like he's on stage plugging it in.
Yeah.
Like this takes a special kind of guy that gets like whatever needs to happen to make the night work and to be less stressful for everybody else. I'm going to dive in head first, and you all kind of come up floating the same way.
It is a unique thing. It's unique. He's right. I've seen a lot of tour managers work, and Bill Thompson was an amazing tour manager when I went out with the band live, and I watched that guy do it. Chuck Randall, I met him when he was doing Alice in Chains, another guy like that. I was so impressed watching how they just stayed so even keel no matter what was going on. I was out on tour with Great White in 2003 when that Rhode Island fire happened.
Oh, wow.
Dan got in a lot of trouble for that because, speaking of attention to detail, there were some safety things that he was not on point about, which wouldn't have prevented the fire per se. It may have, but like it's just a lot. But it's a thankless job, and of course, the artist thanks you, but a lot of people don't know. And you being a musician as well, some of us we like some of the validation and the accolades from being a performer. You were a performer when you're being a tour manager, but nobody sees that. People don't realize what goes into doing some of these tours. Never an issue for you. You don't do it for the validation.
Right.
And you know what? A lot of times artists won't thank you either. Like artists expect you to do your job. Like that is why you're hired and that's why you're there. But I can be bold and say, a lot of artists don't have the luxury of really understanding how fucking good they have it when they've got a great tour manager that takes care of the stress and the shit that goes on all day long in a venue. Sometimes it's putting out one fire as you're already trying to put out another fire, and then there's another fire starting, and great tour managers make it happen without anybody really truly knowing what's going on. And
and sometimes those fires are happening not even that day too. You also have fires that you're trying to put out and at the next venue or two venues down who didn't get back to you until yesterday, and we need to supplement gear and stuff. And so that part of it really gets my rocks off, is that it's stressful, and you do your best to keep your cool. On occasion you lose it, I guess, in some form or fashion somewhere, whether it's in the van after the show or whatever it may or may not be. But I like bringing in that experience at multiple levels. Being a guitar tech is great because I'm a cog in the machine. So it's also nice to not have to make all the decisions. Yeah. And what I can do then is I can observe what my production manager does on that tour, what my tour manager does on that tour, what my merchandise director does on that tour. And I can glean all of that information and utilize that then when I'm back in that tour manager role of things that I see these other experts doing that really make it happen.
Check this out. This is Joe Hatt. He was with Tony Orlando, I want to say, for almost 40 years. Joe was did everything on the road for Tony, tour manager, the whole nine. Has worn a ton of hats. So to see Joe watching the podcast and for him to comment, sounds like your kind of guy. That's a huge compliment coming from a legend in the industry as well. So
thank you, Joe.
Ben, absolutely, Ben. So I'm assuming you've traveled all around the world in your journeys. What are some of your favorite places that you visited?
Oh,
he's still talking. Look at him go.
Yeah, he's talking. That's
he's still talking.
He's the reality is setting in now. That the little tease you're doing. Very cool.
Hi, man.
Yeah, you got a lot of good people around you, Kevin, and I think that's something not that you take it for granted, but people can, and it's pretty amazing. It's a testament to you as a person and who you are. So I don't know what the fuck I'm doing in your life, but other than that, it's pretty cool.
Believe me, I ask myself that almost on a daily basis.
why I'm in your life, or that's
No,
fair.
Michael, listen, you are, I love your hard exterior and your verbose use of language and all of the fun that you possess from an exterior position. But listen, I think it was very clear when I moved to town, and we shared some very unique similar situations, which I think was the introduction to getting to really understand each other. But you have one of the biggest hearts of anybody I've ever met, and you are a great person for many, many reasons. I could gush about my friend Michael Shapiro as I often do when you're not in the room. Maybe I should do it more when you are in the room.
Let
Is
the
that what
shirt
you're trying
speak for
to say?
itself.
Does the shirt speak? Like, because who else puts their buddy on a freaking shirt like this, right? Who does
Thanks,
this?
Kevin. Well, we're making it about me. We do have a show on Saturday that I really want to get out and get some people there. Did you happen to load that? Does it work on this that graphic?
It did. It looks great. I got
It's
it completely loaded. You ready? Are you ready for it? You want me to
yeah,
throw it
yeah.
in
So
right now?
this Saturday we're gonna Reckless in
Hold on,
Vegas.
hold on. Just let me
Wait,
let, let me
I,
throw it in on the thing so you can talk about it. Here you go.
oh, boom! There it is, right down the middle. This Saturday, June 22nd, we're doing an unplugged show at Notoriety. We've got special guest Elizabeth Diaga is in town from Montreal, and Tony Arias is hilarious and an amazing singer as well. This is a tough time of year here in Vegas, so please invite friends, bring friends. We want to turn on some new people to the show. Hope to see everybody on Saturday, and all you Docksider fans out there. That your show is going on the road, so they're not here. So come check out something different. And that's it. That's all I got to say about that. Oh, I do want to say this: Tom Kendall and Nick Allen of Kendall Allen Entertainment generously donated $500 for the show. That's going to go directly to St. Jude's Ranch for Children. And Mega Millions is at 61 million, and everybody in attendance is going to get the lottery tickets. That's
Do you
all.
hear that? You buy a ticket to the Reckless in Vegas show, and you get a free lottery ticket for your chance to win $61 million. Who else is doing that anywhere in the country that we know of?
I don't think anybody, but just to be clear, you don't even have to buy a ticket. You just have to be in attendance. So I love that. I can't believe the similarity there. It's just insane, bro.
Isn't that great?
Yeah. Well, you could do movie double. Is that guy still alive?
I think he is. Is he not alive?
What's
I
his
don't
name
know.
again?
His name is Bruce Valanche.
Yeah, he's been. I've seen him in a lot of stuff. Hey, tonight, great show at the Smith Center tonight.
I can't wait. We're going to see our friend Christine Chebec and Songs of the Cinema. It's going to be so cool.
Sold
out. She's mind-blowingly incredible. And then I get to get on a flight at 7 a.m. tomorrow. So I'm probably going to sneak out at the end of the night so I can get my stuff together for the early morning departure.
You got a big travel day ahead of you. What exactly? So you're traveling by yourself, or who's going with you, or what? How are you doing it? What are you doing?
I see your eyes looking. Are you looking when to cut it off? Is that you're telegraphing?
I had that because I don't know how to do it, man. You better ask me a question. Go ahead.
I'm waiting for you to look. I'm waiting. You're going like this. This is what I saw.
Well, maybe I'm reading them. Maybe I'm reading.